Cleveland, it's over. Ray and Clark just demanded Shedeur Sanders start now. And when Mike Tannenbaum called him the best QB on the roster, every veteran just got put on notice. This isn't a debate anymore, it's a takeover.
And I think Shedeur Sanders, RC, wins that battle with Dylan Gabriel. He's a bigger player, and to me has much more of a chance to be a better NFL player. You go back, guys, and look what he did in college. He completed over 70% of his passes. He had 65 touchdowns, over 8 yards per attempt with a 6'2 frame. I think there's a lot of upside there. If I'm Cleveland, I want to see him out there.
Day one starter. So when Kenny took it out, why not see what some of the rookies have? See what Shedeur Sanders can be. They need to figure out the tier of quarterback, who's the best vet, who's the best rookie, and go into the season with some sense of how you'll move forward.
Let me ask you something. When was the last time Cleveland had this much quarterback drama? Before preseason even hit full speed. When did a respected analyst go on national television and just blow up the whole quarterback depth chart? Ryan Clark wasn't whispering it. He wasn't playing it safe. He went on air and made it clear. Put Shedeur Sanders in. Get Kenny Pickett out. That wasn't just a hot take. That was a demand. But what happened next? Nobody saw it coming, not even the critics. Because then Mike Tannenbaum, a former GM, who knows what it takes to build a playoff team, dropped a bombshell of his own. Shedeur Sanders isn't just ready for reps. He's the best quarterback the Cleveland Browns have. Let that sink in. The best. Tannenbaum wasn't hedging. He wasn't being cautious. He looked straight into the camera and said Shedeur is the Browns' top option right now. And suddenly, the conversation exploded. So why is this happening now? Why is the hype machine crashing through every training camp wall? The answer is brutally simple. Shedeur Sanders has been absolutely electric in practice. He didn't just participate, he dominated. Let's rewind to what the Browns quarterbacks have shown so far. Joe Flacco, he came in with experience. He was fine. Completed 6 out of 9, solid. Safe, but no touchdowns. No spark. Then Dylan Gabriel stepped up. 8 for 12. That's the 66% completion rate. Not bad. But again, no touchdowns. No finish. No fire. And just when you thought it was going to be another uneventful quarterback rotation, Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the field. Number 12 didn't just show up. He took over. He went 9 for 9. Perfect. The touchdowns. Ice in his veins. You're about to hear the moment that had fans, players, even rivals on their feet. The Browns didn't just witness a breakout. They saw something special. Let's talk about one of those plays, the one that had everyone asking, who the hell is going to stop this kid? Snap. Pressure's coming. Defensive line surging like a tidal wave. Most young QBs would have panicked, thrown it away, taken the sack. Not Shedeur. He stayed calm. Let the chaos swirl around him. He saw an opening in the heart of the defense right where the pressure was thickest. With surgical footwork, he stepped up, split the gap, and let the ball fly. Boom. Touchdown. And just like that, Shedeur didn't just complete a play, he rewrote the scouting report. He wasn't improvising. He was orchestrating. That level of control, poise, and decision-making. That's not normal for a rookie. That's what caught Tannenbaum's attention. That's why Ryan Clark is shouting from the rooftops, because what we're seeing from Shedeur Sanders isn't just a good camp run, it's a signal, a warning. This kid isn't waiting to be handed a role. He's taking it. And the proof, it's not just what he did on the field, it's who noticed. Tannenbaum pointed to a man who knows a little something about taking over a team, Tom Brady. The GOAT himself has mentored Shedeur. And when Brady talks, you listen, he said. Give Shedeur a rep, and he'll take everything he can from it. It's not about just completing passes. It's about making those reps so undeniable, so powerful that the coaches can't ignore him. Let this next moment sink in, because it might just define the future of the Browns. Shedeur Sanders himself.
He is his mentor. Tom Brady talked about what got him through the day at Michigan when he was the 8th straight. Hey, we talk about, hey, if I got 2 reps, they were the 2 best reps on the planet. That's exactly what Shedeur Sanders has to do. Stack one good day on top of the next, more reps.
Garrett Bush didn't hold back either. He called out what many fans were whispering all summer long: Shedeur wasn't getting the reps. Period. Early on, it felt like a deliberate delay, as if they were keeping him buried on the depth chart, out of caution or fear. But then something changed. The reps started coming. And Shedeur, he didn't just step up, he elevated every single opportunity. Sharper, cleaner, more dangerous. That's when Garrett said what might go down as the line of training camp. Men can lie. Women can lie. But these numbers, they don't lie. And those numbers are painting a picture that's louder than any debate show rant or locker room whisper. Shedeur is the real deal. This isn't preseason fluff. This isn't overhyped college star stuff. This is a young quarterback executing NFL-level plays in one of the most intense, physical padded practices of the entire offseason. Remember, this wasn't a walkthrough. This wasn't 7-on-7. This was the first day in full pads. Real hits, real pressure. And what did Shedeur do? He didn't flinch. He rose. He had the best performance of any quarterback that day. Period. Let's be honest, how many guys can walk into that kind of setting with cameras on, critics circling, and teammates still unsure where you stand, and deliver to flawless touchdown drives without blinking? That's not raw talent. That's leadership. That's something Cleveland hasn't had in that position for a long, long time. And now, we're seeing the shift happen in real time. After his breakout day, Shedeur got rotated with the second and third units. He finished practice with a bomb-long touchdown pass to Canella that had the sideline buzzing. And just like that, the Browns had a problem. The good kind. Because how do you justify keeping this kid on the bench? You don't. You either give him a real shot, or you risk missing out on what could be the next face of your franchise. And here's the thing, Tannenbaum knew this moment was coming. He's not just some talking head. He's built NFL rosters. He's studied young quarterbacks. And when he says Shedeur has it, you better believe he's not throwing that around lightly. He saw it in the movement, the poise, the command. He saw the Tom Brady DNA in the work ethic, the hunger. Remember what Brady said about his early days at Michigan? If I got to reps, they were the two best reps on the planet. That's Shedeur Sanders right now. Every snap, every drill, every second he's making it impossible to ignore. Stacking one good day on top of another. Building momentum, creating chaos for the coaching staff. But champions aren't made in comfort. What Shedeur did next proved exactly that. Let's go back to Garrett Bush for a second, because if you've been following him, you know he didn't just jump on the bandwagon. He built it. Long before Shedeur took the field and lit up camp, Garrett was calling it. He said this kid wasn't just a quarterback in the making. He was a game changer waiting for his chance. And now, everything Garrett predicted is playing out in real time. It's easy to doubt a young QB. Happens all the time. Fans want results. Coaches want consistency. Teammates want someone they can follow into battle. But what happens when all those things show up in one guy suddenly, shockingly, and undeniably? That's when people stop doubting and start paying attention. And Garrett Bush nailed it, he said. From the jump, once Shedeur gets in the end zone and starts stacking completions, the critics won't have anything left to say. Well, guess what? They're not saying much now. Because Shedeur isn't just putting up numbers, he's making a statement. Every practice, every throw, every snap. And more importantly, he's rewriting the narrative inside that Browns facility. No longer the unproven rookie from Colorado. No longer the prime times kid storyline. Now, he's the guy who's outperforming Flacco, outshining Dylan Gabriel, and earning the kind of buzz that doesn't just come from fans, it comes from within. You think Ryan, Clark, and Mike Tannenbaum are the only ones talking about this? Not a chance. Players on that sideline saw it. Coaches felt it. Analysts heard the ripple effect across the league. And here's what makes it real. This wasn't just a strong practice. This was the padded practice. It was gritty. It was violent. It was the kind of day where defenses were built to dominate. And still Shedeur stood tall. While other QBs were scrambling, hesitating, throwing behind receivers, Shedeur was slicing defenses open like a seasoned vet. He didn't just survive the physicality. He thrived in it. One moment, he's under pressure. Next moment, he's delivering a laser across the middle, threading it between two defenders for a touchdown. That's not luck. That's control. And that's the thing Ryan Clark was screaming about. This kid isn't rattled by the noise. He is the noise. And with every rep he earns, the Browns are creeping closer to a decision they can't avoid. Let's stop pretending. This is a developmental year for Shedeur. Let's stop talking about if he gets a chance. This is about when. Because all the signs are there. From his perfect 9.49 camp performance to his sharp reads under pressure, to his leadership on the sideline, he's checked every box. They didn't expect him to check this early. And now, that locker room is shifting. Players respect results. That's it. And Shedeur's results, they speak volumes. So let's talk about what comes next. Do you roll with experience and start Flacco? Do you give Dylan Gabriel another shot at proving himself? Or do you ride the wave that's crashing through Cleveland right now? Because that wave has a number, 12. And it's growing stronger by the day. You could feel the momentum when Shedeur threw that bomb to Canella to close out practice. That wasn't just a touchdown, it was a statement. A message to the staff. If you want a quarterback who makes big-time plays under real pressure, I'm right here. And if you think Mike Tannenbaum's words were just shock value, listen again. He compared Shedeur's presence to the emergence of QBs like Dak Prescott, and even early-day Tom Brady guys who didn't come in with the spotlight, but took it. Once the lights were on, Tannenbaum knows talent, and he sees it in Shedeur. Not just the skill, but the mindset. And the Tom Brady connection. That's not a PR stunt. Brady has taken an active role in mentoring Shedeur, and he drilled one idea into him. You might only get to reps, but they better be the best 2 reps anyone's ever seen. That mentality is why Shedeur looks like a 5-year vet during 11-on-11 South. It's why he's reading defenses like a chessboard. It's why his efficiency keeps rising while others plateau. He's not out there trying to be flashy. He's out there to earn it. And that's what makes this rise so undeniable. Even Shedeur's critics are starting to shift. They wanted more composure, he gave it. They wanted red zone production, he delivered. They wanted efficiency, unreal. Pressure, he brought it twice in a row. This isn't a flash in the pan camp performance. This is a pattern. And that's exactly why Garrett Bush, Ryan Clark, and Mike Tannenbaum are all echoing the same thing. This is no longer about potential, it's about proof. So, where do the Browns go from here? Do they stick to the old pecking order? Or do they embrace the moment and make the bold move? Because let's be honest, this team hasn't exactly found its franchise QB yet. The fans know it. The front office knows it. The locker room knows it. But now, there's a real shot at something different, something better. And Shedeur Sanders is standing in the middle of it, daring the Browns to take that shot with him. Will they? That's the question this training camp is forcing everyone to confront. Because with every pass, every read, every perfect rep, Shedeur is dragging the conversation toward one inevitable conclusion. As his time, he's not waiting. He's ready. And every day the Browns delay giving him first-team reps. They're risking the most dangerous thing in football, missing out on a franchise quarterback before the rest of the league sees what you had. So if you're still doubting, still unsure, still clinging to what's safe, ask yourself this. How much longer can Cleveland afford to ignore what's happening right in front of them? Like and subscribe to the NFL Daily Dose official YouTube channel. If you believe the Browns need to make the move now, drop your take in the comments. Is Shedeur Sanders the next Browns franchise QB? Or is the front office playing it to safe? This story isn't over, but it just might be the beginning of a brand new era in Cleveland. Stay tuned.